You know what? The heat's actually not too bad today. Just really thirsty. I want you guys to know that, yeah, it's still hot. Obviously, me wearing all black is fucking stupid, but hey, it's actually cooler than I thought it was going to be. The only problem is I'm just incredibly thirsty all the time. The only thing that pisses me off when it comes to hot weather and shit is the more you drink, the more you have to pee. And it sounds weird and gross, and well done, you've already brought a pee joke into the beginning of the video. Oh, shush. We're getting closer to day 90. I don't even know why I'm hyping up day 90. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen on day 90. But the good news is I get paid tomorrow. And that paycheck could not come sooner, because there are a few things that I want to do. Obviously, pay off my phone bill, because that is due. Overdue, sorry. So I've got to pay, like, let's say 94. The reason it's 94 is because I'm paying for a year instead of 3 years, so that's on me. I'm on the rocking chair in the other room, which, hey, rocking chairs are fun. Haven't gone to the gym today just because it's been too busy with work and it's too hot, realistically, to go to the gym. I know the gym has aircon, but the heat's making me too tired, and I kind of have a few things that I do need to work on at home. Hopefully next week I do get back into the gym, because it's been almost a month since I've gone to the gym and I'm starting to see it slowly. Obviously I'm getting there, as in my figure is going down. I'm noticing that my weight is going down, but I'm also stagnating a bit. Like, sure, your weight's going down, your muscles are getting there, but it's going at a more slower pace than what it should normally be, where I was building it quite frequently. But at the end of the day, I just haven't had time, and it's a really bad, shitty excuse. But I don't really want to wake up at like 4 in the morning, go to the gym, and then go to work, because my gym is near my work. As you can see, I'm still sweating just because of how hot it is. So it's not unbearably hot, but it's still relatively hot. All I know is next week we might still have the heat wave, and then it'll eventually fizzle out. But what I was saying about, obviously, other things I want to buy, I'm still having hope that I can send my cards away for grading, because I'm doing that tomorrow. I've got the box ready. I was able to find a box today after work. It sounds stupid, but we get these like little boxes that the SIM cards come in, like a little brown cardboard box. I basically gutted that box. It feels like I basically ripped a crustacean out of its shell and just took the shell. That's literally all it is. Weird analogy, I know, but hey, roll with it. So basically what I did is, we were low on certain SIM cards, so I basically put them out on display. And instead of throwing away the box, I had a brain idea, because Alex was with me, and he and me looked at each other and went, the SIM card packet is the exact same size as a Pokemon slab, just a lot thinner. Obviously, more of the same thing, where you have the card in like the clear sleeve, and then obviously the top loader. It was like the same width. So he was like, you might be able to get away with putting the cards in there. So I basically went home on my lunch break, got stuck in traffic, put the cards into the sleeve. Obviously they're already in sleeves. I put it in bubble wrap, wrapped it around, taped it so it's sealed and protected, put this tissue paper in the box in different corners to cushion it, then slid the bubble wrapped cards into the box, slid the slip that they need into the box, taped it up, and it's now in my room waiting to go. But yeah, that's literally the exciting part. So tomorrow morning or afternoon, I'll probably do it on my lunch break, I'm going to send my cards away to get graded, and I'm nervous as shit. It's going to be weird, because obviously being a Friday, they're probably not going to collect it till Monday. So what I'm probably going to do, I don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyway, is I'm going to pay extra, which should make it $13.50 if I'm not mistaken. which at the end of the day is not bad. But obviously I'm going to have to pay like 112 once they've been graded, because obviously it's like 4 cards, £25 per card, and then obviously 3, 6, 9, £12 for the £3 little banners that you pay extra for, which is what I do with mine. But yeah, so that by next week at some point I should have graded cards. I spoke with the other editor who is helping out with the projects. He's already sent me a snippet, and I won't lie, it looks fire. I sent it over to Garner and he's like, it looks great. So I might have to bring this guy on for another video. Me and him have already talked about it, and he was like, do you think you'd bring me on for another one? But like I said to him, mate, from what I've seen from like the 2 minutes, well, we'll say 3 minutes to round it up, because it's less than 3 minutes, but it's more closer to 3 minutes. So from the 3 minutes of footage he's edited and showed me, like a sneak peek of a round, I was like, mate, I can't wait to see the rest of this video going up. You have literally killed it, and it's going to do great. So Taz's computer is still kind of in the, where the fuck do we go? So obviously have this other editor. I will not name him until the video goes out, because I want it to be a surprise. Because a few of you will recognise them. But I will just say, they have done great. I am very proud of them, and I am not disappointed with what I did. I'm paying him tomorrow, because we agreed that obviously I'll pay him on the day I get paid, and he said, yeah, that's fine, I can understand, obviously you're being tight for cash and whatnot, because you don't get paid until tomorrow. So once I get paid, I'm sending my Pokemon cards away to get graded. I'm paying this other editor to get this video out, I know, but you have Thomas. Thomas has still got a lot going on. Thomas will be ready in a couple of weeks. So for those who like Thomas's style of videos, Thomas will be back when Thomas is ready. Other thing that I forgot to mention before we wrap up this vlog, we finally had the driver pick up the box. Let's go! This guy, Robert, fucking hilarious guy. He and me were talking for about 10-20 minutes about yesterday's fucking delivery driver, and oh my god, he even was like, yeah, I don't think he's the driver. And I was like, thank you, because I said to him, gonna ask you a question, big guy, and he was like, what's up? Very chilled and relaxed guy. I asked him, out of curiosity, do you guys ever need to see the contents of inside the box to know what you're returning or exchanging? He went, no, we're not supposed to. I went, thank you! Someone who's got their head screwed on. So he explained, yeah, no, we're only meant to take a photo of the old box and the new box. He brought 2 boxes. So one of our co-workers, the female co-worker I told you guys about that came in on Tuesday, she was on checkouts doing overtime. She was like, why is there 2 boxes? And I said to her, it's probably because of yesterday's one being not delivered, and then this new one being delivered at the same time. So he took one away and gave us one, and they sometimes will send a spare. It basically takes safety precautions of, if shit goes south and they refuse it again, you have a spare box to put new exchanges in case shit goes south. So what they tell the driver is, you have one that you're supposed to exchange with them. If you don't have the correct identification, keep that one, but the other one, you leave there. That has to stay. You do not take it, the other one will stay. So that, we've had it before where a guy came in, had 2 boxes, one for the exchange and one as a backup. So if we had accepted it, we'd have 2. Kind of like we had today. But we had one guy before who didn't have ID. He took the one he was supposed to take. He said, alright, I've been told to leave this other one here. I went, please do, because I've already been informed about that one, so you're cool. So obviously he was friendly. He was like, sorry I don't have my ID on me. The one day I needed it, I've actually left it at home. I went, mate, the fact that you admit you have an ID lanyard puts hope in me, because a lot of your colleagues say they don't have one. He was like, well, technically they're not wrong. They don't make them anymore. I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. So we got a bit of hindsight into there. But Robert, was fucking down to earth, funny as shit, and he was like, brother, I'm fucking pissed off now because of that guy. And I was like, they didn't even know who he wasn't sent out for delivery, there was no recollection of him being sent. He was like, what? I went, exactly, we normally get an email, and I showed him the email of, it says Robert is here, and he's like, that's me. But Robert took the box, he gave us a box, we had a confirmation that, yeah, it's been accepted, and now that customer's refund can get finally processed, and we go back to normal. He says, hopefully, wishfully thinking. But, yeah, I think I did one today, but for sales figures for today, Alex and me both did one, so that was 2 for the day. Want to say that puts us on 7 or 8 for the week, which is pretty low, but considering last week where we did nothing for Wednesday and Thursday, our insurance rate is above 50%, so I'm not fucking complaining there. If we're under sales figures for the week, because we're supposed to get 16, I genuinely do not care, because last week we didn't get Protect. This week we've got Protect, and it's been a slow week because of the fucking hot weather. A lot of people don't want to come in and buy a phone. They want to be out in the fucking sun. The only reason you'll get someone to buy a contract is if you give them fucking free ice cream on top of that. Or throw them in a free fucking fan system. Then they'll fucking buy. But I doubt it. But yeah, that's literally all today has been. I'm excited for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm there till 6, which I get free aircon at this point, so anytime to get extra time at work, I will fucking take. Alex is there until 6 as well, so I have Alex with me, so that's going to be fun. And we get paid tomorrow. So all I got to do is remind myself, pay the Topoki the cards I bought, the 3 booster sets, of Heatwave Arena. Pay that month off for this month, and then all I've got to worry about is July, and then we're done. Pay the camera bill, which I've got 2 more months after tomorrow if I pay it tomorrow, which means another £233 payment on this camera, and we're done. And this camera is mine officially, even though I'm still paying for it, and afterwards I'm not paying for it, just insurance every month on it, which is like $5 a month. But that's not too bad. The other thing I need to pay, obviously, like I mentioned, is my phone bill, and then obviously my rent. So I have a month to go, so obviously I may spoil myself, but the problem is I don't see myself getting a Switch anytime this week, just because everywhere I've looked, they're sold out. I'm not buying one off of Facebook Marketplace, even though one of my friends has told me to. I don't fucking trust that shit, for the sole purpose of, you don't know what's happened to that Switch. Because I've seen people that have bought Switch 2s off of Facebook Place and other store websites, only to get a Switch 2 box with a Switch 1 inside. Someone I've seen online, don't know him personally, they got a bricked Switch 2 sent to them in the post because someone got it banned. So they basically paid $419 US for a pair of fucking Joy-Cons, because they were able to salvage the Joy-Cons out of them because they don't get banned. Vin suggested, obviously, to treat myself this month coming, so I'm going to take their advice, and I'm going to treat myself to whatever I see fit. Whether it be a new pair of shoes, a new shirt, a new jacket, a Switch 2 if I can fucking find one. But I shit you not, I'm more likely to get my hair dyed than find a Switch 2. And if I find a Switch 2, you best know I'm going to have the biggest fucking smile on my face. Because I don't care if I go broke next month because of it. If I get a Switch 2 because of it, all I got to do is just do overtime again and we fine. I mean, I did do overtime in case I was going to find a Switch 2. We do have this month's, and I think last month's YouTube paycheck coming in at some point, because I had a notification on my AdSense that I'd hit a threshold for a month, so a YouTube paycheck is coming in. I have 150 in savings at the moment, so I can easily pull that out. I don't want to do it at the moment with my overdrawn balance, because then it's going to fuck up that savings. So I'm going to wait until I get paid, let that fuck off, and remove the overdrawn, so then that 150 comes in clean, because then I can use that on whatever I want. I also have that friend I mentioned that owes me money. He's been paying me back every month, so I get another 150 off of him. on the 25th, so that is good to hear. So even if I go slightly under for buying something. Also, I've noticed something, as you can see down here, look, the longer my hair gets, for some reason, the curlier it gets. So, curly hair arc fucking beats me. I don't even know why. I think even Vin has said once that when your hair gets longer, it starts to get curlier. You can even see it in the back, look. Look in the back here, it's starting to get curly. So I may have curly hair genes in me somewhere. But what I am going to do is wrap this vlog up here, because it is getting pretty late and I have a few things I'd like to do before the end of the night. But with that being said, I will catch you all in tomorrow's vlog, and I will see you all then.